With Battle for Zendikar on the horizon and spoiler season at its peak, I thought it'd be fun to look back at some of the best competitive cards from the original Zendikar block. So with the focus on competitive play and ongoing relevance, let's look at my top 5 cards from original Zendikar. Number 5. Vines of the Vastwood. Finding its home in both modern and legacy lists, Vines of the Vastwood is a key part of the Infect strategy. It's an incredibly frustrating card to play against that can lead to complete blowouts and nut draws. It can make it really hard to interact with the opponent. When they're playing Infect, that can be really fucking painful. The card pulls double duty. It protects your combo of sorts while also giving a considerable +4/+4 pump, which is quite good at going towards the game plan of killing your opponent. And then there's the fringe utility of being able to fizzle your opponent's splinter to him when they go for the combo. It's pretty good. Quite possibly the best common from original Zendikar block. Without it, Infect lists wouldn't be anywhere near as good as they actually are. An honourable mention, Spellpist almost made this list, partly because when you actually look at his original Zendikar block, there's really a lack of actually good playable constructed cards. The other reason is because there's only 5 slots and Vines beat it out. Whilst Vines is one of, if not the best card in modern Infect lists, Spellpist is just another way to protect your combo or approach the counterspell war in its respective format. The card wouldn't be missed and the lack of it would not relegate an entire deck type to a tier 3 obscurity like the missing Vines of the Vastwood might. Number 4. Valleca, the Molten Pinnacle. There's a whole cycle of these, one for each colour, Valleca being the only one that's actually seen any sort of semblance of constructed play. Emiria, the white one, the Sky Ruin, sees a little bit, but it's not quite as good as the game-ending power of Valleca. Whether you argue it's tier 2.5 or 1.5 is another debate entirely. Without Valleca, there would be no Scapeshift. The plan is simple, get yourself to 7 lands and cast Scapeshift. Sacking all your lands off, shoot you up a Valleca in 6 mountains and 18 someone in the face. It's quite a powerful and potent way to end a game. The deck is traditionally a rogue control deck and quite possibly the best cryptic command deck in all of Modern. It just wouldn't exist without this powerful land. Wizards even saw fit to ban the card at Modern's initial inception, only unbanning it a little bit later when they felt that they needed to free up some more deck archetypes to sort of enter the format. I mean, a banning's got to count for something, right? Number 3. Pyromancer's Ascension. Without this bizarre entry into the Ascension cycle, Blue-Red Storm, or Storm in its entirety, would not exist within the Modern format. Or perhaps it would, but it'd just be a bit shit. I mean, if Storm didn't exist, that would probably be a good thing. I mean, if you ask my local F&M group, they'd probably be happy with that. I mean, sitting around waiting for Jimmy to finish masturbating at the end of extra turns is kind of painful. The Ascendancy, coupled with Past in Flames and a critical mass of rituals and cantrips, allows Storm to go off. Whilst the card is active, it duplicates the effect of all spells you cast. You get 2 copies of each. So Mana Morphose becomes pay 2 mana, get 4 mana, draw 2 cards. Or Gitaxian Probe reads pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. It makes cards that are inherently fair initially absolutely nuts. There's no 2 ways about it. Sitting across from an active Pyromancer's Ascension and passing the turn back to a Storm player is scary. Remember kids, respect the Ascension. Number 2. No list of playable Zendikar cards would be complete without good old Goblin Guide. Seeing loads of play in both Legacy and Modern burn lists, it is one of the best 1-drops in Cube. Goblin Guide is just pure, unadulterated efficiency. A 2/2 haster for 1 red mana is fantastic, and his downside is actually brilliantly balanced, creating a risk-reward sort of setup while providing information for your opponent's plan. Since its printing, all aggressive 1-drops have been compared to Goblin Guide. Recently he's got a newfound friend and almost like rival in Monastery Swiftspear, but they both have their pros and cons. And don't forget he's also a goblin. Bitches love goblins. Honourable mention. Headcrab. Now I know I said that this list would have sort of an erring towards the competitive side and about ongoing history of cards seeing play, but Headcrab is one of those cards that people just want to try and play. For as long as mill cards exist, people will try and make it work. But it won't. It never will. Number 1, the Fetchlands. Did you really think it'd be anything else? I mean, until the Khan's reprint of Onslaught fetches, these were the only Fetchlands in Modern, and they were the go-to way of sorting out your mana base and making sure it's consistent. With the combination of original jewels with shocklands, you can create a solid and consistent mana base thanks to these lands. Those mana bases allow for a large variety of interesting and exciting decks. Fetchlands are the backbone of the eternal non-retained formats. Fetchlands are great, hell, they're essential. It's a shame that their price tag is so far up, and with the recent reprint of the Zendikar Treasury Expedition things, we probably won't really see their price get hit soon, but there's no doubt about it, they are the most important card that Zendikar brought to Magic. Oh, and they're disgusting when combined with a certain elf shaman in Legacy. Ugh. So what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with my top 5? Are you pissed off that I didn't involve step links in this top 5 or give an honourable mention to Spreading Seas? Ugh. Drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Hit the like button and subscribe for more Magic content. I've been President Kenobi, also known as Vince in the real world. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.